Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another day. It's Wednesday, middle of the week. I feel like today is going to be amazing. Hope everybody's having an amazing morning so far. We are back, right back at it. Welcome back to the Daily Dose, the number one daily morning mastermind for those trying to elevate and grow in your personal, business, professional, spiritual lives. Right back at it on this beautiful day, March 27th, 2024. So we'll hop right into it. We have the verse of the day, Colossians 3:23, chapter 3, verse 23 through 24. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as if working for the Lord and not for humans, since you know that the testing, or since you know that you are receiving inheritance from the Lord as a reward, it is the Lord Christ you are serving. So once again, we just want to remind ourselves, like, all the work that we're doing, whatever the work is, whether that's cleaning your house, whether that's, doing landscaping chores outside, helping somebody like your kid with their homework, whatever work it is that we're doing, we want to do it like we're working for God, right? We're not doing it for ourselves. We're not doing it for people. We want to put that God energy out into the work that we're doing to make sure we're operating in a spirit of excellence, right? That's the main thing that we want to make sure that we are doing at all times. And I got to remember to bring that same energy with the daily dose. I'm doing this not for myself, not for, not for, in this sense, you all, but I'm doing it for God, right? I got to work at this like I'm doing this for God. So want to make sure that we are cultivating that same energy throughout everything that we are putting our minds to. Is so important. So important. So that's the verse of the day. And then we'll hop right into the business topic, which I think is going to be amazing for a lot of people because we're still on the beginning. Well, for some people, we kind of past the beginning stages, but for most of the world, especially most of the people that I know, we're very just on the brink of understanding how revolutionary this topic is going to be. But nonetheless, we'll hop right into it. And the business topic for today is going to be blockchain, blockchain technology in business, right? So first of all, we want to understand what is the blockchain, because a lot of people confuse Bitcoin, blockchain, or cryptocurrency and blockchain, and we want to make sure that we understand what this technology kind of is. So the very first part of the blockchain, and I don't have it up here. These are more so the benefits of it. But the blockchain, if you can think about it, like there are a whole bunch, and it's decentralized. So there are a whole bunch of computers around the world, people that are using their computers to help make online database, right? You can think about it like that. And everybody who is dedicated their server or their computer to help the blockchain, it is uh beneficial for everybody that's trying to use it. So let's just say I have a computer in North Carolina. Somebody else has a computer in California. Somebody else has a computer in Egypt. Somebody else has a computer in Tokyo. And we're all contributing to a specific blockchain. So there'll be different blockchains, just like there are different apps each. Um, and then you can use different apps off of certain blockchains. So I know it can get kind of confusing, but you just do make sure you do your research. But I will just use Ethereum, for example. Ethereum, yes, is a form of cryptocurrency, but it is also a blockchain platform, meaning that other apps can use the Ethereum blockchain to do whatever they need to do, right? And a lot of apps use the Ethereum blockchain to do that. So we want to understand that there are different blockchains, but the purpose of the blockchain is like, okay, the people that are using their computers to make up the blockchain, it means that they are using cryptography to create secure keys that only allow the block to move ahead if the pass key is correct, right? So that means like each time new information is being sent, all the previous keys has to correlate, and then that unlocks a new key to get added to that blockchain token to allow it to move on and to manifest into on the block. This is, and think about the block as just information. You can think about it like a sheet of paper. Basically, using a sheet of paper example, it's just like if I had a sheet of paper and somebody wanted to verify some information and move it down my blockchain, I would first of all get it from them, read it off, make sure that everything lines up. This is the beginning block, right? And then let's say it needs to move on to the next person so that they can verify the information. This will go then into, let's say I would just get in my car and drive to my boy who got the computer in California. Then I would drive there. He would drop him off with the paper. He would read everything. He would verify what I put in, and he would also verify the previous sheet of paper that was first delivered to me from the original person, right? And then he would add in a key to his paper. Then boom, he would get on the plane, fly to Tokyo. That person would first verify what I gave the person in California, and then what the original person put on their sheet of paper, and then also verify what the person in California added, and then boom, then that key would be unlocked for the person in Tokyo to add then whatever they wanted to. And this is just using a sheet of paper. Of course, this is all digital, but this is how information is transferred in on the block. And I'm gonna get into some more um, granular examples here in a few minutes, but that's just a quick, brief overview of the blockchain. Um, the thing about the blockchain is that we're going from Web one. We have went from Web one to Web two. So Web one was when the internet first came out, right? That is a lot of text. Remember when we first got on the internet, you could go to a website and it was just a lot of words. It wasn't graphics. It wasn't moving. Like, you know what I'm saying? The buttons didn't look. It was just a lot of squares. That was Web one. Um, a lot of hyperlinks. Not really like buttons, stuff like that. That was Web one. We've been in Web two probably since about 2008. As soon as you can think about it, as soon as MySpace kind of went away, we have transitioned to Web two. So that's like we got interactive websites. Like if you go to some certain websites, they have a chat. You can chat with somebody on the website as far as like help desk support and stuff like that. You have, like I said, moving graphics. If you go to somebody's home screen, that's Web two, and that's what we're in right now. And Web three is more in depth. It would be including the blockchain to where your personal identity is associated with like a wallet. And I don't mean like your personal identity. I just mean like your online identity, right? Is associated with a wallet, which you can think about as something that stores a lot of your information depending on whatever blockchain that you're on, or whatever app that you use, or whatever wallet that you're using, and whatever platform has access to that wallet. So I'm going to use NFTs, and this will go into the smart contract um, thing, for example, as well, that I got out here, because that's a benefit of the blockchain and smart contracts. And when you understand how to get into smart contracts or how to make them or how they work, then you would be able to use them for your advantage, especially as I was talking about yesterday, going into the global marketplace. So I'm going to use NFTs um, as an example on my screen. So y'all on Facebook, I'm gonna try to talk this through. Um, so just to quickly go over what we see right here on the home screen, we have the VIP pass and Oasis Lounge by Coachella. So this is a ticket to Coachella. They're dropping this as an NFT. So whenever you get your ticket, your receipt is going to have access to a lot of different things like that you will have access to at the festival, but it's going to be automatically tied to your wallet. And if I was to log in on this website, right? Um, I'm sorry. Dang. Let's see. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Do something right quick. But anyway, so we have can y'all see my screen? Oh yeah, I can see. So we have like I said, Coachella is offering this as an NFT, right? When you buy your ticket, you'll get access to a lot of different things. If I log in here, it's gonna ask me to connect to my wallet. And then they got a couple different options to a wallet. And the wallet that I use is the MetaMask wallet, right? So now it's another pop-up. And this is an example of Web3. This is actually Web3. So this is where now I am connected. Like it has all of my information stored on my wallet. So let's say I go to any website that connects to the MetaMask wallet, all of the information that I have up here will be connected through it, right? So as you can see, it's asking me for a signature request. I don't keep ETH on my wallet, so ETH is Ethereum. I don't keep it up here just only if I'm about to use it to buy something. But anyway, it's asking me for a signature request to get into OpenSea. So this is like what I was telling you about as far as the confirmation to getting into something. It's verifying I am who I am, right? Um, so boom, do that. And NFTs are a good example just because they can explain, like I said, smart contracts at a very, very simple standpoint. So a lot of people don't really understand what NFTs are. We can just use a picture, for example. Let's say you do art, or let's say you make music. Um, and what NFT stands for is a non-fungible token. But let's say you have a product or service that you want to issue, and you put it, you make people buy it as an NFT. And I'll just use the artist example. When if an artist has a picture, you know that from the very um, standpoint of whenever an artist creates like a physical painting and then they sell it, that person who then buys it, it's an investment for them and they can resell it and make a lot of money, but the original artist won't make nothing off of it, right? But whenever you go into smart contracts, the way it's written is automatically written in that whenever somebody sells that painting or that artistry work, you will automatically get paid again, based of like a certain percentage, right? So you can make money off of reselling something. Smart contracts are a way that you can use in order to have something just be automated, right? It's a lot of different things. Like for example, um, healthcare. When you go into the doctor's office, how many times do they ask you what your name is? Right? Like very simple stuff. Can you repeat your birth date? Can you like all this type of stuff? What's your address? Like you go in very front the front desk, boom, they asking you that. The nurse, they ask you the same thing. The doctor asks you the same thing just to verify that you are who you say you are. And you're in person, right? But the blockchain smart contract is like I said, it's digital ledger. You would be able to do all this stuff um, and be able to write this in. So here is like where I was saying you can see everything that's happened with something before and it verifies it. So you can see when something was listed, when it was sold, all the transactions, the different people that it was sold to, or the different wallets rather. Because like I said, it's not going to tell a person like who you are personally. It's just going to tell a wallet that the transaction happened with, right? So it just lists all that activity. Here's the details, the contract address, the token. So I say it's encrypted a lot. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this, but I want y'all to see this because then you would go here. And then this is the Ethereum dashboard for the blockchain for Ethereum. And then here's where you can see the actual smart contract for that particular NFT. It'll tell you who created the contract. And it just tells you a lot of information so you can have a lot of information for it. And here, yes, smart contracts are written in code because it's stuff that happens automatically. And I know this is a lot of information. We're gonna dive deeper into it, but I want y'all to get this overview of what's really going on in the blockchain. So like I said, here is the contract, the smart contract. When something happens, this happens, blah blah blah, right? Code. Um, but just wanted y'all to see that and understand that that's what's happening. So you got smart contracts. You can do a digital ID verification. Here's when that hospital example would come into play. You would just be able to verify somebody, and all your information will automatically be locked into your profile on a certain blockchain app. And I want y'all to expand your minds. This is why I'm going over this anyway, because blockchain is a new revolution and it's giving us opportunities to do more things. Oh wow. Just got an idea as I was talking, but and I need it right there. But so decentralized finance, this is where you hear about all of these new finance apps. That's why banks are not being so open to the blockchain because technically banks is where we store all of our money. You go to the bank, you put it into a savings account that has a very low interest rate, and then the banks are supposed to be the fiduciary manager of the money, and they give you a certain guarantee on a certain amount if the bank was to get robbed or burned down or whatever the case may be. And that is um, why this is going to disrupt the banking industry as well, and that's why you might have seen news about that on the news or in articles or different things like that. So you want to be able to understand how that works. So then you have digital rights management. We talked about copyright infringement. We talked about trademarks. We talked about patents a couple of weeks ago. But this is where you can have all of that stuff built into whatever you create automatically. It will save money. It will save time, and it will save a lot of energy and effort towards the things that you are doing. And like I said, I want y'all to look further into this on your own. I'm just giving y'all the very, very top of that. Then you have the tokenization of assets. And what this would mean is if, so for example, if I was to buy um, a large apartment building, right? Just to keep it simple, if I was to buy a large apartment building and the I wanted to allow other people to invest in the apartment building. And this happens all the time, every day. You organize a group of people that will want to invest in the apartment building, boom. But then we have to go through a lot of paperwork. We have to go through a lot of legal stuff with the Securities Association, with securities attorneys, all of that type of stuff. But this happened, it's been happening for a while, right? This is the way that we do it now. But let's say one person wants to sell their share, then, like, let's say we're 3 years in, but one person wants to exit quickly. Now there's a lot more paperwork that needs to be done. Maybe the asset is not at a time because when you first do stuff like that, you have to designate time periods where people can even exit. It's not like you can just, oh, I want to sell my share right now, and it just happens like that, right? That's not the way it works because it's so physical, and technically real estate is not a liquid asset that you can just put on the, like, you can't sell. If you own 10% of a apartment building, you can't put, okay, I got 10% of apartment building for sale on Zillow. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way it works. But when using the blockchain technology and using a platform like OpenSea with an NFT, like we just did, those shares would be broken down into an NFT, and then you would be able to put your share on the marketplace or something like that. So then you could sell your share on a platform like OpenSea. And then you think about this, and I use real estate as an example, but think about this for any type of asset that you might want to raise money for. It could even be your business, right? Um, Anything. We talked about using investors and stuff like that. But like I said, just want to expand everybody's brain. And then you have data security and privacy. This is a huge thing because we've all heard about just people hacking people. And um, this happens at the largest financial institutions that we have, like credit card companies, Fidelity Investments, who was the number one holder of everybody's 401k information. Even they get hacked, but the blockchain reduces that capability drastically because it's so secure with all of these different uh, cryptography hashes that are going on to make sure that the data is encrypted. And since it's not just one place that the information is stored, and is using really hundreds, if not thousands, of different computers across the world, it's almost, I want to say, almost impossible to hack the blockchain. It hasn't been hacked yet, right? And there are millions, like of people using the blockchain so far. But just want, like I said, get ahead of the game, get into the 22nd century before it gets here, because this is going to be the next wave of everything, including AI and VR and all of that type of stuff. So you just want to understand. I will go over cryptocurrency and blockchain. I will do some more in-depth stuff about this as we go on. But most of the topics that we've been going over so far, they have been an intro or a surface level point that I plan on expanding on further in the future. But that's like a quick overview of blockchain business and the benefits of it and why it's so important to do your research on it now so that you can be ahead of the game. The next topic for our self-development topic is going to be just exploring creativity. So as I was talking about blockchain, you want to, I even got some ideas. I actually always get ideas when I think about the blockchain because there's just so many opportunities. But you want to explore your creativity even as it just pertains to your personal life and your personal self, for self-development, because when we are meant to be creative, right? At the core, God created. When we first open the Bible, the first thing God tell us is, in the beginning, He created, right? And the first thing like that happened was He created, right? So we are, and God created us to be creative. So we got to understand that we got to take time to get out of the mundane tasks um, of whatever it is day to day, to allow space to be creative, because that unlocks the other side of our brain and allows us to create new brain waves, neurons that expands our potential. So number one, like I said, understand we are meant to create. That's what we are. We are creatives. Everybody is a creative at the very core. The next thing, if you feel like you're not that creative, you want to seek inspiration, right? From whoever you think is creative, however you feel is creative. You want to make sure that you are just getting inspiration from that. And that could be from anything that you feel like is creative. And like I said, God is the ultimate creator, so you can walk outside and be inspired, literally. Create a space for you, whether that's like a space in your room, your bedroom, your office, your living room, or it's outside. Create like an intentional physical space for you to be creative, right? And it's depending on whatever that activity is. Um, and like I said, the next thing, engage in creative activities. So whatever you feel like it's creative, do it. So that could be so many different things. We talked about hobbies, but I want to dive deeper into something like being actually creative and what creativity is at the core is creating something out of nothing, right? Nothing was here, then you created it, right? You made it something, right? So that can be so many different things, gardening, um, or enhancing something that is already there, using something a different way. I would say that for sure. So like I said, that could be gardening, that could be um, the main things that we understand: art, music, um, uh, like videography, all that type of stuff, but also other stuff that you could do, on your own that you want to explore. Drawing, you could do like landscaping, woodworking, just being creative. Pause. Being creative, like with whatever you are doing in your life and thinking outside the box. That does allow you to unlock your potential. And just set aside time to do that, right? Set aside time to be creative and to make sure that you're allowing yourself to be the best version of yourself and opening up your brain to be the best person that you can be, right? So that's going to be our business topic and our self development topic of today. Um, Hope everybody got some value from that. Like I said, we'll dive deeper into the blockchain because it's a huge opportunity for all of us, and we're still at the very beginning stages of this thing. And today is Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week. Hope everybody has a blessed, super blessed day, and finish out the week strong. And I'll catch y'all back here tomorrow morning, 7 a.m.